So, you exist somewhere already in your finality, right? So what that means is that there's information related to you in creation, in existence. Once you begin to empty out everything related to you on a personal level, then that gives you a blank canvas, right? Devoted an entire chapter to it in Discovering Your Soul Signature. It's a great book. Once you get to that point where you're a blank canvas, then you can begin to receive every blessing and every single miracle that's in alignment and that's meant for you. And so the first part of the unfolding is to allow yourself to embrace everything that you've been taught to reject, deny, avoid, abandon. Because really, you've been conditioned into this false framework of believing that your humanity is the problem, and it isn't, right? If there's one thing that's reinforced here every day, it is the truth that you being human isn't the problem, okay? No aspect of your human experience is an issue. It all just needs to be welcomed and embraced. So as you embrace everything on a personal level, the past begins to dissolve because you no longer have any use for it. Also, all of the heightened emotions that you had around the past are integrated. So there's nothing keeping you in the memory of you anymore. At that point, you become neutral, blank, empty, which is where most of you are. So some of you are going through major life events peacefully, and you can't believe it because ordinarily you'd be upset. It would be triggering something in you. You'd be activated. But you're at a point now where you're going through these major life events from a space of neutrality. And it's a bit weird at first. It's a bit strange, but eventually you get used to it. Then, once you get to that place of neutrality, then you can begin to open up to receiving. And so that's why now in the activations, the first half of the activation is devoted toward supporting you in integrating everything on a personal level. That's all. Everything that you've personalized. If you personalize it, it becomes yours. If you identify with it, then you experience it. If you just witness it, it remains in its pure potential, as do you. So it's like being in one of those sushi restaurants with those conveyor belts. If you don't pick it up and you don't eat it, you don't pay for it. Right? That's how it works. If you just sit there and watch the sushi go on by, it's a free meal. But if you sit there and you're watching the sushi go by and you're like, oh, that sushi is me. I am one with this sushi. This sushi is me. Some of you are extra wasabi. You know who you are, the extra wasabi people, right? So you're sitting in that restaurant. If you just watch the sushi go by, it's a free lunch. Why? Because you didn't eat anything. And that's being human, right? Everything goes by on the conveyor belt of life and you're like, ooh, that's me. Ooh, this is me. And then it becomes yours, right? And then this is me. And then this is me. And then this is me. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you've become like an entire sushi platter. Because you identified with everything along the way, right? I haven't been to one of those restaurants in forever. But anyway, so that's the point of it. Yeah? So some of you have identified as the wasabi. Hello? Every time the wasabi goes by, oh, that's my wasabi. This wasabi is me. Love me some horseradish. That is me. This is me, this wasabi. Right? Then guess what? It becomes yours. And we all know how that ends. First time you went to a sushi restaurant and ate some wasabi, and your friends or family coaxed you into having a giant ball of wasabi, your brain almost exploded. There you go. That's what you get for personalizing. Suffering. Then, eventually you get to a place where you realize, okay, wait a minute. Every single thing that's going by on this conveyor belt, none of it has anything to do with me. I don't have to personalize any of this. I am a sushi conveyor belt. I am immune to the conveyor belt of sushi. I am not going to pick it up. I am not going to eat it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to watch it go by. I'm going to admire it for what it is. But I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to make it mine. I don't have to ingest it. I don't have to personalize it. And this is where we find freedom